Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-December 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for our good Gemini friends? In mid-December, it's Saggy season, holiday season too. What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Geminis. What's the vibe? What's the energy around, my good friends? In mid-December, what's happening? There we go, nice and quick. Okay, all right. I mean, this could be very creative, it could be imaginative and good, but this lady literally has a lot of stuff on her mind. So for some Geminis, that might be the case. Either a lot of energy is affecting you, or maybe you just got a lot on your brain. Now, we'll talk about that more in depth in a moment. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So we see this lovely lady with her beehive hairdo. Notice she has all these different creative implements in her hair. She has like instruments and art pieces and stuff like that. So first and foremost, super creative. So for a lot of Geminis, any sort of creative endeavor, highly favorable in this time. Whether you're doing it just to let off some steam or get some energy out or get your mind off things, this is a really great type of vibe. Even business wise too, it's just like thinking outside the box or thinking in unique types of ways, which is something you Geminis are known for, like very good mentally. So I do like this. But as I already mentioned, the challenge is this lady literally has a lot of stuff on her mind. So for a lot of you, I mean, maybe it's even a person you're connected to, or it's just like a lot of energies are affecting. Okay, so even for some of you, there might be unseen energies that are affecting you in ways that you don't even realize, or either that or you're just a lot on the brain, a lot on the mind. Okay, so the very active mindset. Okay, so I mean, for some of you, maybe you just need to release that steam somehow. But I feel like it's good for some of you. So we're just going to leave it at that. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say that first card there doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the Geminis. What do we got in mid-December? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled Big Changes Incoming. Okay, now life is about perpetual change, but to me, it felt like for a lot of Geminis, there could be various situations that are on the cusp or the precipice of a big shift. Now, I do know Geminis are very good at going with the flow. You're a very adaptable sign. That's one of your strengths. So I don't see like the changes affecting you in a rough way, but sometimes change could be uncomfortable. So we'll see if that shows up in this week's reading. Again, as you know, every reading, it's fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get you 3 cards for mid-December to start. What's going on for the Geminis, please? Thank you. Okay, energy moving. I do like that 6 of Swords. It's an action card, it's a travel card, it's a distance card. Maybe we'll talk about it a little more. Let's get a couple more though. Air energy, I mean, that's a complimentary card for you. The Magician in position number 2. I mean, we're looking okay. We are looking okay so far. Let's get one more. Magician is very strong, energy, ritually. Makes sense with that first card. And we have the Hermit, so a retracted energy. So this is very intriguing how this all plays out, because energy moves forward, but it pulls back at the same time. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, obviously I always look at elements and the themes that are at play. We have air, which is one of your power elements. You're comfortable with this. We have earth on the extreme end with the Hermit. Could represent financial matters, the material world, or family. And we have the Magician in the center, the master of all elements. So it's interesting. Also, the double major arcana. So it makes sense that we had that very first oracle oracle card because I'm picking up a strong energetic intensity here. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out, because I feel like there's a lot of different layers that we want to take a good look at. I'm feeling cautiously optimistic so far. But position number one, we are starting with the Six of Swords. Now you see this image here, that individual, they're in the boat and they're moving out of the choppy waters into calm. This is a big card of improvement, things getting better. So for a lot of Geminis, if you've been dealing with some things or some struggles, this energy is moving forward in a very positive way. In its best, most optimistic form. This card could represent distance, it could represent travel. Maybe some of you are on the move for the holidays for whatever reason. There are challenges connected to this, though. Aside from it being an action card and something moving forward and putting energy out, in its challenge, this card could represent ignoring something, leaving something behind. If there's a person in your life where they're not quite doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're not holding up their end of the bargain, that's what this card can mean. But we're not going to go negative just yet. To me, it's just a very movable type of energy, and it can be good, especially with the air. There could be communication undertones here, and I'm getting that vibe in the undertones, like with the Six of Swords and the Hermit. There's something here with communication. It's like on, off, on, off. Moving to the center, we have the Magician. I love the Magician, and I'll tell you why. He is the master of all elements. This is a karmic card. Notice on top of his head, there's an infinity symbol. So it does speak about a connection to source energy. This is the divine masculine version of the high priestess. So this is a card of intuition. It's a card of ritual. It's a card of spirituality. Usually it's great. It is the biggest card of manifesting, of creating. And that's the biggest strength with this. So just know for a lot of Geminis in this time, what you really focus your mind on, or what you really focus your intent on, you could bring it forth when this card is here. It's just extremely, extremely powerful. The Magician does also connect to situations involving control, whether it's wanting to control your next steps, control your life, how things are moving forward. That's not always a bad thing. But in the challenge, some of you might be dealing with a situation that you can't control. You might be dealing with a situation where somebody is a micromanager or too controlling. That could be a possibility when this card is here. But again, I'm just trying to give you a full picture of what all these cards could represent. Now, moving to the back end, and this is the main reason why I'm thinking we might have undertones of communication here, is the Hermit. So whereas this energy in the front with the Six of Swords was moving forward and putting effort in, this one's not. The Hermit is a retracted, pulled back type of energy. If you're connected to a Virgo, this is them. But when I see the Magician, I think of somebody, not the Magician, the Hermit. When I see it, I think of someone in Hermit mode, pulling back their energy. It's a reclusive type of energy as well. So for some of you, maybe you're just in Hermit mode right now. In regards to communication, it could be not speaking to someone currently, miscommunications, or just issues in regards to communication. But there's positives with this Hermit. This is a card of wisdom. It's a card of clarity. It's a card of taking a rest or a break and recuperating. I do like this. And it is tied in very similarly to this Magician, where it's like there's something around someone's spiritual practices showing up here as well. So interesting how it plays. It's like we're going forward, we're pulling back. It's like on, off, on, off. So we're going to have to see how it all plays out. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Gemini. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle for you, my friends. Let's see what's happening. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Six of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Six of Swords. Quick. This does look good to me. I mean, it's at least a good start. For a lot of you, this is an energy of a big payoff coming in. So if there's anything like you've been working towards or working on or putting a lot of effort in, when I see the Six of Swords and the star, it's like, yeah, keep doing that. Don't stop doing that. Keep pushing forward. So I think that this is a very positive energy for us to start this reading off with. There could be various things for you that are going to pay off in the long run when this card shows up here. Now, this does connect to Aquarius. This is a card of wish fulfillment. When you wish upon a star, very spiritual as well. So again, now you see why I'm getting such positive vibes from this here on the front end. It's really great. Now, the only drawback to the star is that it's not right now. It's not right this second. So there could be certain things where you need to be a little patient about it, or maybe something you've been working on for quite a while. We think big picture with the star card. We're thinking like, okay, in the long term, or when some time elapses. So for a lot of you, there's something where the long-term implications are extremely positive. So yeah, if I were to see the Six of Swords and the star, it's very important to stay optimistic. So if you are going through any issues, problems right now, it's important to stay bright and optimistic about it, even if it's not the easiest thing to do. But yeah, when I see this, it's just beautiful. It's a victory of some sort, or again, big payoff of some kind. So we're going to leave it at that. Let's keep moving forward. Simple message, very positive message. So let's see what the Magician has. Let's see what this manifester has going on. So why is the Magician here? Thank you. Big karmic energy. And now it's tying into what we saw last week. Okay, because both of these cards have karmic ties. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse underneath it. Now, for some of you, there could be a situation or even an individual that you're getting a little impatient with. So watch out for any people or things that might be just trying your patience a little bit, because this is a little bit of a frustrating energy that I'm picking up here in the center. Now, the Seven of Pentacles in the upright, it showed up in the reverse for you, but in the upright, it's a card of waiting, letting something develop, being very patient. But in reverse, it's like, nope, not waiting anymore. There's something I need to do about it. So again, I mean, I do feel for a lot of you, it's like a big karmic shift or a karmic change, similar to the energy we were seeing last week, because the fact that it's in reverse under the Magician, it's like, nope, let's get this show on the road. Let's speed this up. So there is definitely a situation of some sort that's in for like a really big karmic shift or change. So I feel like it's good. The only drawback, like I said, is losing patience or getting fed up with something where it's like, all right, I waited long enough. I've waited long enough. I'm not waiting any longer. Just try not to steamroll something or force. That's the big warning I pick up there. Like, don't force anything. Just let it unfold how it needs to. Let's keep moving. Let's see what the Hermit has to say, because so far so good. I mean, we have a lot of karmic energy showing up here, lots of spiritual energy. So let's keep it moving. Let's see why the Hermit's in the mix, and we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Hermit here for Gemini? Please. Thank you. Okay, so we do have the Chariot in reverse. This could be an energy of something that's taking a long time to like emerge or re-emerge. That's very possible. Now, the Chariot, that's Cancer energy. That's a card of action. So just like I've been saying, we have this energy here where it's like, yeah, we're going. Yeah, it's coming. There's a payoff type of energy, but then it's like, it stops. So there could be various situations that are either off and on, or starts and stops, or flares up, flares down, which can be, again, a little frustrating when I see it. The Chariot in the upright is full go, just like we were seeing with that Six of Swords. So the fact that it's flipped in reverse, upside down, underneath the Hermit, it's like something where it's like, whoa, either slow it down, either it's a little warning from Spirit saying like, just don't do that right now. Like, now is not the time for something. Just let it chill. Like, sometimes the best course of action is no action. And that's kind of the vibe I'm picking up here on the back end. Like, yeah, you can manifest, you could visualize, you could pray, you could do what you want, but I would not pressure something too hard, and I wouldn't force something. That's just the energy I'm picking up here. So it's a little bit of a warning. I still see something brewing, though. That's the one thing I do want to say, because, yeah, we have karmic energy, change-based energy showing up. It just needs a little more time. All right, that's like what I'm picking up here in the front with like the big picture thinking and this energy in the center. It's like, all right, something's shifting, something's changing for the better. It's not a matter of if, but when. It's like, just give it a little time. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. So very peculiar how this energy is showing this week. It's like very start, stop, go, here, in the way, like gone. It's just like flip-flopping. There's a big flip-flop in the energy. But position number one, we have the Six of Swords getting better. There's a card of improvement. It's a card of action, clarified by the star in the upright. Like I said, there could be a winner victory coming in. It looks really nice to me. To me, it also feels like a payoff of some sort. Very important to stay optimistic and look at the long-term view. Moving to the center, we have this double karmic energy cutting through the center. We have the Magician and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, there is a big karmic shift building up of change. So whether it's just life itself or certain situations, it's like something's building up, big pressure. There's also a potential to get a little frustrated with somebody or frustrated with a situation when I see this energy in the center. So just be aware of that. There's also another undertone I'm picking up of like divine timing too. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Moving to the back end, we have the Hermit retracted, pulled back, with the Chariot in reverse, retracted, pulled back, not really moving. So a few messages came up here. Either it's something or someone that's like not resurfacing or not quite playing ball for whatever reason. But I was getting that big vibe of the best time, like sometimes the best action is no action. So there could be something where it's like, don't force it, don't put too much energy into it, just let it manifest how it needs to. Like let it take a natural course. Okay? Because if like you do try to pressure something or rush something, you're not going to get the results you want with what I'm picking up here on the back end. Either that or it's like start, stop. Right, there might be various situations where it's a little choppy. So yeah, please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Now let's get a good shuffle here and see what's happening for the Geminis, please. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel and have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What's going on for Gemini? Thank you. All right. So some strong page energy here. We have the Page of Pentacles. And I was saying earlier in the reading how there is undertone of like talking and communication. The Page of Pentacles is a card of talking and communicating. Now, this is a really great energy if you're not connected to an earth sign. The Page of Pentacles could represent learning new things, new skills, new adventures, new endeavors, new careers. So this is really positive for that. Similar to like what we saw here in the beginning, there's a lot of potential, even though there's a lot of powerful energy showing up. But I like this in the shadows. For a small portion of you with the Page of Pentacles in the shadows, it could be a talk coming your way that you don't quite see coming. So I wouldn't be surprised for some Geminis, even though it didn't show up in the main part of the spread, you might be having some conversations that you weren't expecting to open up about. Okay, so yeah, a very simple shadow card there. But yeah, Gemini, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you want Santa Claus to bring you this year for Christmas? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.